The show where there are no penalties, nothing is offside, and everything is fair game. This is The Gloves Are Off.
Hello, and thank you for joining us on this week's edition of The Gloves Are Off. I'm Moses Woldu, and I'm pleased to be joined by, as always, my co-host, Greg Buchanan of the voice of the CPCA. How are you doing?
I didn't get the memo on the ties here today. I see both you wearing ties.
Well, you know what, and the sleeves are rolled up too. We mean business.
Yeah,
but you know what, you're looking very dapper today, and it's nice to have you on the show.
Thanks, Moses.
All right, and I'm pleased to be joined. Our guest this week is Thomas Miller, one of the top reporters from the Lloydminster Source. Can we say that?
Sure, why not?
Yeah. How you doing?
I'm good, thanks. Thanks for having me. And don't sell yourself short,
Yeah,
right?
there you go.
Pretty
Thanks.
good.
All right. Well, let's start off with the New Jersey Devils and Los Angeles Kings. This is the big game, of course, for the Devils. Games 1 and 2 went to overtime, decided by 1 goal. However, it looked like LA dominated from beginning to end. Devils looked slow. Kovalchuk didn't really do anything again, but your thoughts on their run, because LA's done a fantastic job.
LA's big, they're strong, they're fast, their penalty kill is awesome, their power play looked pretty good last night. But last night, the Devils did have their chances. First 26 minutes of that game, Devils had their chances, they had their opportunities. It was actually the Kings weathering the storm. They had that 5-on-3. They score on that 5-on-3, that game could be different. But the Kings, you know, they're playing like champions. And when I say that, they're waiting for their opportunities. When they get them, they jump on them and they bury teams, and that's what they did last night.
No kidding. That was the difference in this series, and I think it's basically over. I think we can say at this point is they've capitalized on their chances, and they've been the more physical team, and there hasn't been that much physical play. But the first goal of that game, when Dwight King makes the play along the boards, gets open in front of the net, and just hacks away at the puck, and maybe it should have been blown dead, maybe not, but they scored the first goal of the game, and it came because of some physical play along the boards and just capitalizing on your chances.
Where would you rate the LA Kings in terms of their playoff run? Because they're 15-2, potentially 16-2. That's got to be one of the greatest runs in playoff history.
Well, they're comparing them to the Edmonton Oilers back in the days when you had a guy like Wayne and Mark and all those boys back in the day. They look pretty good. Again, is this the start of a dynasty? Only time's going to answer that.
Well, you know what? Everything starts with your back end and your goalies. So Quick has been great. Their defense has been great. Special teams, I think, was the big issue there. New Jersey, really looking anemic when it came to their power play, and of course, LA dominated. But let's go talk about another goalie, Tim Thomas. Tim Thomas, I guess, decided to take a year off, a sabbatical. It's going to be another cap hit for the Boston Bruins. They're not happy. Thomas says this is more of a personal move, but was this also a political move, a negotiating ploy?
I don't know if it was a negotiating ploy. This guy's a little eccentric. He's a little bit different. I don't understand why he's making it, but I don't necessarily think he's trying to do it to get away from the Bruins per se. Still, it's $3 million that you're just giving away, and probably your last several earning years, your major earning years. I don't know if I could walk away from a $3 million contract even if I hated my team. I'm completely confused by his move. I don't understand it.
Doesn't surprise me because it is Tim Thomas, 38 years old. He should be on the twilight of his career, and he's going to take a year off. Are you kidding me? But at the same time, the things that he was saying on his Facebook page, he doesn't do interviews with the media anymore. All he does is talk on his Facebook. So if you want to talk to Tim Thomas, talk through his Facebook. That's just ridiculous.
Well, how is this going to play out now? If he does decide to come back, this is now a year later. What's going to happen with him and the Boston Bruins?
I would assume it would be with a different team. I don't think he could come back after a year away. I mean, look how that worked out with Radulov and the Predators. I don't think going back to an employer that you've sort of had problems with, I can't see it happening.
Not only the employer, it's teammates. His teammates, they probably lost a little respect for him this season with the White House situation and him coming into the forefront and kind of putting him in front of the team. And then now sitting out for a season, yeah, you're letting down your teammates.
All right, well, let's move on to Tiger Woods and what he did over the weekend in the Memorial Tournament. And you got to say, is the old Tiger back? Because the way he played that final round, 4 strokes back from the lead, coming back, the final 3 holes, birdieing 3 out of the 4, is certainly remarkable, especially that shot on 16. That was just unbelievable.
Seen, yeah.
But I guess the question would be, he's now tied the record for Jack Nicklaus, pardon me. I was going to say Nicholson there. Don't get those two confused. But they're tied at 73. He's just behind Sam Snead. How is this going to work in terms of that majors record? Is he going to go after that now? That talk is starting to come up.
Yeah, it's great to see Woods win. I know TV wanted to see him win, the sponsors wanted to see him, the fans wanted to see him win, but it's just one weekend. Is he going to get on a roll? There's a lot of guys ahead of him right now. You know, golf is such a mental game. Hopefully Woods has got his head on now.
You know what? The rest of the field isn't that far ahead of him, though. He's already tied for the lead, I think, on the tour in in wins this year with 2, and that's not that great. So I don't see who ahead of him can really keep him out of the champion, like next weekend at the U.S. Open. I don't know.
But there's so many out there, though. Like, there's not just certain guys ahead of him or certain guys behind him. There's so many out there that can win on a given weekend.
But you know what? We haven't seen this much exuberance from Woods. We haven't seen him do that fist pump, the excitement like he was when he was in his early 20s, when he just came into the Pro Golf Tour. Are we going to see that again? Or where he's going to the U.S. Open? We're starting to see that. He's working with he's finding new mechanics with an older body. He's learned to play a little bit differently.
He's only 36 years old. He's not that old. He's got plenty of years left to play on the tour. I think he can get to Nicklaus. I don't know if he could pass him or not, but I think he can get right around 18.
Majors.
I think he can get to 18 majors. He's got probably 10 good years left in his career. At least I think Nicklaus played until he was 46 or so. And yeah, I think he's got plenty of time left to get there and maybe even pass him.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see. Like right now, he will catch Jack, no doubt about it. But will he be a guy that's going to roll on and win next 3 or 4 tournaments, or win 3 or 4 tournaments for the rest of the season? You know, it's nice to see Woods get on a roll. It means so much to the game of golf. And when he wears his red on that final day, you know he's out to win.
Yeah. So quickly, do you think he's going to win the U.S. Open, or at least have a good, respectable chance of doing so?
If you give me Tiger against the field, I take a Tiger every time.
He'll have a respectable finish.
Respectable finish. All right, we'll leave it at. Well, we'll take a respectable finish here. We'll take a quick 2-minute timeout. We'll be back with more Gloves Are Off.